Alrighty guys, how's it going? Yep, still sick. Anyways, what's the problem? Well, you saw how CP went to the doc yesterday. She was at the hospital and got checked out. Came back. Basically, pneumonia. Both of us. So now we're on 2 antibiotics, a steroid, a puffer. Like, I was at the hospital this morning. Oh, she's trying to call me. Be back into you in a minute. Alrighty, we're back. Anyways, yeah, I was at the hospital this morning and came back, same symptoms, same issues. So we're supposed to be taking it easy. We're not supposed to do much. Do minimal work. Don't overexert yourselves. Don't put too much pressure on the lungs. Well, me, you guys all know that I'm a smoker. Actually, so is she. It don't matter what we do. We're gonna be exerting if we have a cigarette. Maybe now's time to quit. Anyways, what are we doing? Well, we're look in the mirror, see all those corral panels, plus a couple more that are already here that I brought earlier with the loadout alley. We're at the neighbor's place. We're gonna set up a corral for the neighbor so he can capture his cows, because he has no corrals at all. We're actually right in those trees. You can see buildings. That's his yard right there, but he doesn't have any corrals, so he can capture his cows and calves and sort them so that we can haul his calves for him. That's not going to happen for roughly 10 days, 2 weeks time, but his cows need to get used to the corral being set up and used to walking in and out of it. So that's what we're doing here today. So anyway, I'll bring you guys back once the corral's all set up. Later. Alrighty guys, well, this is gonna be a quick one because I gotta get rocking here. Oh, but kind of like before, the only difference is I brought 2 extra panels, one with a 10-foot gate hanging off the end of it. That way when the cows come into this bigger area, we can lock them in, then push them to the small area, sort the calves off by means of bringing the cows back to the big area. So we've got 10 24-foot corral panels here. In addition to that, there's 2 of those panels. One has a 10-foot gate and the other one, or an 8-foot gate I should say, and the other one has a 14-foot gate. Plus the loadout alley, plus 2 corral panels that are 10 feet long, little guys. If that's not a big enough corral to catch. Now when Bruce says he's got 48 or 49 head, that's cows, calves, everything. Yearlings, bull, everything combined. So realistically it would be about, I want to say, maybe 30, well, not even 30 cows, about 20 cows, and then 20 calves, and 10 yearlings. And his yearlings are the size of my spring calves. They're like 600 pounds. And they're, well, they would have been a year old back in the spring, because we sold one of his yearlings for him. If you remember back about a week ago, or more than that, 2.5 weeks ago, when we shipped those 3 trips to Whitewood, one of those calves I had mentioned was the neighbor's calf. Well, it's Bruce's calf, and it apparently is a year old. It was born in April, over a year ago. So yeah, and that calf was 635 pounds, and my heaviest steer was 622 pounds. So, or something like that, 625. So yeah, it goes to show what size his yearlings are. But different operation. He feeds different than we do. He has different kind of cattle than we do. So, and Bruce is 82 or 3. So the cows don't see him very often. They see the tractor more than they see him. This could be a bit of a rodeo shit show when we go to sort. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. We got to get home because apparently I have a calf that's out. Talk to you later. Alrighty guys, well, the little bugger ain't so little. That's him. Her. Screenshot if I can. Back in a second, guys. But yeah, there we go, we're back. Anyway, I got a few that are in the bush pasture, which they're not supposed to be. And then we had this calf out, and it got back in with mom on its own. We got lucky. So I think we're gonna have to start feeding more full time here, because these girls have had enough of this hay field. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 5 animals in the bush pasture, and they're not supposed to be there. Anywho, so yeah, we're gonna go back to full-time feeding, because if they're gonna be pushing the fence because the grass is greener on the other side, so to speak. And in our case, it's not so much that the grass is greener, there's just grass there. We need to start feeding more. I'll let you all go. I'll feed this bale out, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's supposed to rain and it's supposed to snow. Let's see what happens. Later. Looky, looky. Lots of water puddles. Morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It is Canada's Thanksgiving weekend here right now. October 12th today, Sunday, October the 12th. And it started raining basically about midnight, just very light. At 6 o'clock, it was still like, the deck was wet, but all it was a dust damper at that point. And then about 6:30, it opened up, and it really started coming down. And it was raining really nice. Really good rain. How much we've had, I don't know. I have not checked. But we got water puddles, so that's a positive. And we're feeding. I had to feed the bulls this morning. So they're done already. And I moving the cows back into the bush pasture, because on this very day, basically last night it was plus 12 Celsius all evening until about 6 o'clock, and then the temperature started dropping, and as the day progresses, it's going to continuously get cold. Like, it's still kind of raining a little bit even now, but anyway, it's going to continue to get colder as the day progresses, and our rain that we're getting is going to turn to snow. And how much snow we're going to get, I don't know. but they also say the wind could get up to like 70k an hour. So what's 70k? About 50, 55 mile an hour? Like that would be wind gusts. So I figured let's move the cows into the bush pasture. That way they've got wind protection, right? Because we're not preg testing for a little bit yet. And when we go to preg test, that's when I'll pull the calves. The few that we still have here, that's when we'll pull them off the cows and wean them off. Anyways, so I'm running bale number 2 out now. So I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. Alrighty, so we are got a grass bale unrolled here. Over there is a green/yellow oat bale. So between the 2 bales, and these girls are wandering around, going into the slough bottoms, eating whatever grass they can find. I should have sold that bitch, but anyways. But the calves are looking good. The cows are in good condition, except for that one. And I think this will be good for them for tonight, for today. And tomorrow we'll have to bring them a couple more bales, because they're saying by 5 o'clock it'll turn, 4 or 5 o'clock it's supposed to turn from rain to snow, sleet, and by 7 we'll be at 0 degrees. Right now it's 8 degrees. By 7 p.m. it'll be 0 and full on snow only. And how much snow we're gonna end up with, I don't know. I didn't look that close into it. Yeah, Miss 62. Her calf we left as a bull. That's not it. It's a black brockle face. And he's been roaming around wanting to breed. He's not even a year old. He's jumping. He's jumping. He's not necessarily breeding, but he's been jumping. We've seen him. And he's been not just jumping, but he's chasing. He catches a whiff of something and he's chasing. He'll be a year old end of March. So I'll show him to you guys. He would be a BCP right there. BCP Mr. to the max. His brother is in the corral and his daddy is in the corral. He's lots of hair and lots of curly hair. Good thick end on him. That's mom and son right there. Yep. I really like the calves she puts out. It's too bad her mother came up open. Her mother was getting old, so that's why she's not here, but anyways, they're out here, they're fed. I told CP with the weather that we're getting, I'm taking the day off. We are still sick. We're under the weather, so to speak. Outside of feeding cows and making sure they're happy, we're not doing much today, so like I said before, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe I'll bring you back a little bit later on. We'll check the rain gauge here, see how much rain we actually got. Talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, well there you have it. It's still raining, kind of, sort of, spitting around, but 3/8 of an inch, or basically 9 millimeters. So just shy of half. It's good to see. Give the ground a little bit of moisture before we get hard freeze up. Plus this snow, if we get how much we get, that's going to add to it, and all of it'll melt. We're supposed to see +10 temperatures for next week, so anyway, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. See y'all later. Well, the weatherman didn't lie this time. 4 o'clock. She's snowing. It's actually been snowing for a bit, but it's been melting as it hits the ground. But now it's starting to accumulate. And she's snowing. You want to go outside, dog? Nope. Have a good one, all. Morning, everyone. Merry Christmas. On October the 13th. Monday, October the 13th. It's supposed to be overcast most of the day, but yeah, we got some snow on the ground. We ended up with a ½ inch of rain and then all this snow. So the snow's not going to stick around. This is all going to melt away. Give it a couple, 3-4 days, and this will all be gone. But till then, we still got to look after our animals. So that's where I'm heading right now. Grab a couple of bales, and run it out to the pasture for the cattle. And then I gotta get the truck hooked to the stock trailer, because that corral that we set up for the neighbor with this snow, and he was dropping square bales in that corral. Pretty much all of his cows are in the corral. So he's wanting me to haul cattle today instead of next week, which I guess, well, that we can do, I suppose. I'm not gonna be liking it much with this friggin' sickness that CP and I both got going on, but no rest for the wicked, right? So oh my God, I don't know if the drugs that the doctors gave us are helping or not, but it's only been a couple of days, so maybe they are, maybe they aren't, I don't know. At this point, I'm not seeing any change. Anywho, I'll let you guys go, and we'll bring you back when we get out in the pasture later. Alrighty guys, well this is bale number 2. I already brought them a grass bale, but they're being picky. They chased me home. It's not what they want. I think they're thinking that they should be in the corral because of the weather, but that's not happening. This one's a dried up kind of a grass alfalfa. And I figured I'd feed them out in this cut line that we had sprayed. So I'll get the twine pulled and I'll bring you guys back after. And you can see the grass bale, they don't really care for it. They're going away from it and they're coming to the alfalfa grass. So they'll eat up on the alfalfa grass and then they can fill up on the grass. They're just finally making it back out here. Anywho, okay, let's get our buns home. We'll catch you guys later.